Getting you the latest statement made by External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, where he's gone on to say that the days when vote bank politics dominated foreign policies is gone. India's present stand on Israel is evidence of that. He says that due to some political reasons, we had to restrict ourselves from enhancing relations with Israel. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was the first PM in the history of India to have visited Israel. The entire country knows that we could have benefited from the ties, but once you come out of vote bank politics, your foreign policies also get impacted. So in a way, he's hitting out at the times of the past, especially vis-a-vis our foreign policy with Israel. Let me also go across to my colleague Abhishek Jha, who tracks the MEA. Abhishek, put this into context for us. Why exactly has this statement has been made, and what do you think he's referring to?
So clearly, there has been instances where External Affairs Minister has been very vocal about India's shift in policy regarding various, geographical region, and also how India is not influenced by other countries' interests. Rather, India is trying to protect and further its own interests. If we talk about the regions in Gulf, if we talk about regions in Israel, relations with Iran, Russia. And wherever there had, like in earlier days, it used to be an influence tactic from the Western Bloc on India to align Indian strategy along the line of thinking of the Western Bloc or the USA. But now, in the last few years, we have clearly seen this thing coming in to play, where India has always criticized West for imposing their own interest and ideology on Indian side and trying to further their own agenda in the garb of cooperation with India. And now India has very well come out of that slumber, and it is wherever in this geopolitical region it fits into, it is always trying to protect its own interests, its own strategic alliances, and its own agendas.
So he specifically is talking about Israel in the context of vote bank politics. Now, we do know that there is an opposition to Israel from, for example, Islamic countries. Is he referring to that India was hostage to that vote bank politics, and the relationship, which existed for many, many decades but was not enhanced till recently, could not be done because of that vote bank?
Of course, see, there has always been a difference between various Gulf countries and the Israeli side, because they have not been very comfortable with each other, and they have always liked India to be a party to one of the sides. However, with a very balanced approach in the foreign affairs relationship, India has been able to garner a very good relation with Israel, at the same time with Gulf nations also. Also, we have to put in context as to with the changing realities, we have seen in the recent past how many Muslim countries have started normalizing trade and strategic relations with Israel, including UAE, Bahrain, and other countries. So it looks that something that India had realized in the very early days, now the Gulf and the other Muslim countries are also realizing it, with few exceptions, which are very much rhetorical. The countries have realized the importance of having a tie with Israel. If somebody wants to have a sincere and strong presence in the Gulf region, one has to be strategically aligned with Israel. This is what countries around Israel have also thought. Also, we should remember that during the few years back, when Prime Minister was traveling to Gulf region, in one trip, Prime Minister was able to cover Jordan, Israel, and other Muslim countries, Palestine also. So this also tells the kind of balance and the respect India has always been able to garner with all the sides present in that region, at this maintaining India's own bilateral relations, not at the cost of being influenced by other parties.
Right. You know, in 2017, one of the trips that External Affairs Minister is mentioning is, of course, the historic first ever visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Israel that happened in 2017 when Narendra Modi travelled to Israel. And that's when the strategic shift to the partnership took place. The relationship, which has existed since 1950, was upgraded to a strategic level, and several MOUs and agreements, etc., were signed in the field of R&D, water, agriculture, space. And possibly those are the strategic areas that the External Affairs Minister is mentioning. Abhishek, just stay with me. Let me quickly play out what Mr. Jaishankar has said, and then I'll come back to you.
आप जानते हैं कि कुछ कारणों के लिए हमने जो है अपने इजराइल के साथ जो भी रिश्ते जो हम आगे बढ़ा सकते थे हमने नहीं बढ़ाए, हमने अपने आप को रोक लिया था। तो पहली बार इतिहास में भारत का प्रधानमंत्री जो इजराइल गए वो नरेंद्र मोदी थे। और हमें सोचना चाहिए कि क्योंकि पूरी देश जानती है कि हमें उस कोऑपरेशन में हमें बहुत फायदा है, उसके बावजूद हम लोगों ने अपने आप को रोक रखा था राजनीतिक कारण के। तो अभी एक बार आप वोट बैंक पॉलिटिक्स से आप निकल आए तो फॉरेन पॉलिसी पर भी असर पड़ता। और ये इजराइल ये उदाहरण कि ये नेशनल इंटरेस्ट में था और हमने नेशनल इंटरेस्ट को डाउन किया, वोट बैंक पॉलिटिक्स को अप किया। और वो जमाना क्या है?
All right, so big statement there by S. Jaishankar, very clearly saying that for political and vote bank reasons, India restricted itself from enhancing the relationship with Israel, even though that relationship could have been extremely beneficial to India itself. Tom Varadkar